in any way or form averted your mind to what is currently happening in your region with reference to early child marriages, and that in your area it is recorded to be about 28.7%, as against the national one, which is about 19%. This is a problem, and I want to first of all find out from you, how do you intend to resolve this problem?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The issue you brought up is something that people do undercover. And so if somebody decides to give a daughter and the age, and what he will say is a help to the auntie, you may not know, you can't hold them for it. And so, but once we know that that is against the law, it is for us to engage, if I become the minister, to have community sensitization why it is not right for them and constitutionally wrong for anybody to marry somebody under the age of 18. And so I'll embark on that community sensitization.
Happy FM 98.9.
Please, did I play exactly what you said on Monday when you met with the appointment committee and Parliament? Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Tanga.
Yes.
Did you hear what I just played?
Yes, I've heard.
So this is your voice, right?
Yes, that's my voice.
And those were the only things you said about dealing with child marriage. Is that the case?
That's true.
Now, if someone listens to this tape or audio and then concludes that you don't have any plan regarding resolving that issue in the northern part of the country, specifically in the Upper East region, what would you say to that person?
Thank you very much. If anybody concludes that if I want to embark on conservation and I've identified the cause of
Happy
it,
FM
family, the fact that
98.9.
some of them they do it undercover, it does not suggest that I'm not ready to fight against that kind of crime. I'm being very realistic by saying that you will not have people who openly say that they are going to marry their daughters under age to some people. And so if you are not, it's not publicly known, it is difficult for you to be able to act. And some of them, when they get involved in those things, as I stated, they will say the child who's underage, with our tradition, if you marry from a family and then you have your wife delivers, normally he goes back to the father's house to get an aid to assist in the baby keeping. And so in that case, normally they call those children that are come to assist in babysitting of your wife, your wife too, because it's from your in-laws house. And so in that regard, so if the child is there and is growing and is not up to 18, and the man decides to have an affair with the child, claiming that is the wife, you may not know until probably it is exposed. And so that's why we say that one of the issues is to do community sensitization. That it is a crime to do that. And now, if you are able to sensitize the people, the other thing is, will people be ready to report of such activities?
Happy FM.
And if one does that, then what you need to do is to ensure that you enforce the law. And if you enforce the law on one or two people, you scare others from getting involved. But this one is not an open crime on the streets where anybody can easily get detected. That's what I mean. It doesn't suggest that I am not ready to work on it. I am.
Okay, that's fine. After 2 days of having met with the committee to share this with them, if I give you the opportunity to share with us your plan, are you able to share a few things with us? You just mentioned, okay, you are going to pursue, legality, and also you are going to still do the sensitization. What other things are you going to do to mitigate this issue in the northern part of the country?
Well, you see, the issue about it is baby keeping.
98.9.
One of the causes is that they will go and pick your child and they want the child to help them to do this. And they sometimes even go against the child's education. Because if the child is of a school going age, and then is given by parents to the auntie to go and do a baby keeping, then it affects the child's potential of going to school. And so what will happen is that we need to let people in the region know that this practice of getting children to come and assist to do babysitting is not acceptable because it will affect the child's future. So if this is done through the disassemblies, and then they are educated, so when they are holding their various electoral area meetings, they will be able to sensitize the people not to allow their children to be taken to do those kind of activities.
98.9.
And so if that is done, that's the way to go about it. And when you are able to get the assemblies involved and they get the communities involved, then that is the way you can enforce it. But you also encourage. You can use the Whistleblowers Act that anybody who reports a matter of that nature, then he can compensate. So when you do that, you also be able to get information. And when you get the information, then what you do is to make sure that you follow it up to a logical conclusion by making sure that those people are prosecuted. So this is the way to go about it. So you will have to go, first of all, make sure I will meet the DCPs concerned, then we'll put this before them and make sure that when they get back and they are holding assembly meetings, they should ensure that this information is given to them. And they will be able to pick the information from the various communities as to what is happening there, and we can address it from there.
Thank you so much. Now, I want you to be very candid, with the question I'm going to be posing. How many years do you need, just be candid about it, in dealing with this particular canker?
Well, if you talk about having a number of years to deal with it, if it is a practice that people are involved in, you may not be able to to fix some time frame to address it. The only thing is that when you act and people see that there's some action against people who are committing these crimes, people will refrain and others may not. So for me to give time frame as to how I am going to end it, it is as if it's an academic exercise where you can see that, looking at this syllabus, I can do 1 year or 2 years and exhaust the syllabus. That is not true. This is a behavioral action that you need to make sure that you get the ideas into the heads of people and to get them to accept that those actions are unacceptable. And so for that matter, I will not be able to give you time frame. But the only thing I can say that I will kickstart the process of getting the assemblies to sensitize the people and getting and gather information on the matter so that we can start prosecuting people who are culprits. And this will scare. And then in future, we will be able to curb the situation. But for me to give time frame to it, I think that is not proper.
So can someone say that this fight will be a difficult one for you?
Come again.
So can someone easily conclude that this fight would be a very difficult one for you?
Not for me. The issue is that it's a behavioral matter. And so once it's a behavioral matter, you cannot tie it to time frame. I mean, human beings, they find it difficult, they resist the change of behavior. So if you want to change people's behavior, you do not expect that you can have everybody agreeing with you within a certain specific time. But once you embark on it, gradually, you get the society to accept it. And that doesn't mean that, there's nothing that is not difficult for anybody to work with. And especially anything concerning human behavior. It's difficult for you to deal with it, and not only me as a person.
Honorable, this practice has remained with the people for a very long time. Have we given up already? Do you think it's a cause that we can deal with? I mean, just give up. Perhaps you can't really do anything about it. Haven't you thought about that?
Well, if you say it has been a practice for a long time, I agree. But the thing is that it has been reduced, rather, because I can tell you that there are a lot of parents in the region now who do not want to give their children to go and do babysitting. A lot of people have taken that stand. So it means that some changes have taken place. They only need the support of government. They only need the support of the institutions and the court systems to steer the people who have remained resistant to these changes in the society. But if they were the fact that they was rather growing, but it is not so. It is rather declining. It is declining. The action, that particular action is declining because a lot of people are refusing to give their children out to do that. And so, with a little effort from us, we may be able to end it as soon as possible.
Before assuming, which of course has not been conferred yet, but before, even the appointment came, the call came for you to become regional minister, which they are yet to even confirm that. In your individual capacity, what did you do in that regard to also, deal with the issue?
I have been an assemblyman, an elected assemblyman for my electoral area, my electoral area, for 12 years. And what I did when I was an assemblyman and a presiding member, I did a similar sensitization. I made people to understand that it is important for you to have your child in school, and that you should not give your child to your senior daughter or to the auntie to go and keep him there or her there that is doing babysitting. That will affect the child's future. In my individual capacity, this is what I did. So as an assemblyman, I sensitized my people, and look, in my community, you cannot get anybody who will accept to send the child to go and then do babysitting. If you want, you can check Morocco Blue electoral area. So this thing has gone, it has gone down. But as I said, as a society, you cannot say that once it's a behavioral matter, there is 100% complete. So that's why I am talking about it. And when I was even a presiding member, I did the similar sensitization. When I was a presiding member of Bongo in 2005, I did a similar sensitization, and that is catching up with everybody. And I believe that's why when you get even to Bongo, you go to any family, when you ask for a child to come and help, they'll say that, oh, we want the child to go to school. What is rather becoming a problem for us now is the Galamsey men, where they have the site. That is why most of the young boys and the girls have moved to the site to also do Galamsey so that they can make money. So that is affecting education. I think that is a major one that I think we have to take on board, so that we can develop our youth, so that they will become useful citizens in future.
Mr. Donatus Akamugri Atanga, thank you so much for your time on Happy FM this morning.
Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much.